What's up, my friends? This is a really exciting one. This is, of course, I'm recording this video on Thursday. So you're obviously watching this on Monday. So this weekend's tournament has already happened. And this is the deck that I am bringing. I think it is really, really, really good. And you know whether I won the tournament or whether I 0-3 dropped. I don't know that yet. It's all you fine folks in the future and your flying cars and hoverboards and stuff. So I'm working all week tirelessly on this new standard format, and it is awesome. And the things we've discovered are mono red, one of the major pillars, reclamation decks based around Wilderness Reclamation, untapping lands, often Nexus of Fate, sometimes Expansion Explosion, definitely a pillar. And then Hydroid Crisis is like the number one card. That is the card that everyone's going to play. That is level 1 for this tournament. That's our read, at least, which I'm pretty sure is true. And so it comes down to, do you want to build the best Hydroid Crisis deck, or do you want to beat those decks? And Hydroid Crisis decks often have lots of mana creatures in them, kind of light on removal, looking to top out on Hydroid Crisis and draw a bunch of cards and kind of just keep rolling and going. I believe that Ross Merriam is playing his Sultai Hydroid Crisis deck very good in the mirrors. We're going to the next level. So this deck is kind of a version of Big Red with a double splash, basically. And we are initially the biggest draw is the combo between Goblin Chainwhirler, obviously you know what Goblin Chainwhirler does, and Status, which gives +1/+1 and Death Touch. So for 4 mana, you get to Plague Wind your opponent's entire board. And there's a lot of creatures floating around, a lot of different Aristocrat decks and mana creatures and mid-range green decks, where this is just a Plague Wind, and decks aren't playing a ton of removal right now. And the other upside is, this card's actually pretty sweet. 4 mana is not the most efficient removal spell of all time, but in a week 1 standard, being able to kill whatever random artifact, creature, or enchantment your opponent is playing is really, really nice. I've killed a lot of weird things this card in my testing. It kills Lyra Dawnbringer, it kills Wilderness Reclamation, it kills Search for Escanta, it kills a whole bunch of stuff. And the fact that our kind of combo card also has a lot of utility is really, really cool. Also good in Best of 1, too, if you're playing that on Arena. So that's our combo. Otherwise, you have a lot of the cards you usually see in like a big red deck. Rekindling Phoenix seems really good right now. Everyone's focusing on not exiling removal and going over the top with Crisis, and we just have an unkillable flyer, which is great. Siege Gang as a force, great. Legion Warboss makes an appearance. Not a card that saw a ton of play previously, but again, not seeing a lot of removal as people are trying to push these synergies of their deck and skimping on removal a bit. So Warboss comes in, wanted another threat, and of course we're playing a ton of removal to push it through. So you have Warboss, and then we have, of course, Big Daddy Angrath, put your metal face on. And Angrath is, aside from being a really, really good card, really, really good against these green mid-range decks. It's very good against Wildgrowth Walker. And you know what card happens to be really good against? Hydroid Crisis. They spend 7 mana, make a 5/5 flyer. Yeah, they draw some cards. You play Angrath, you steal it, attack them for 5, and then because its converted mana cost in play is only 2, it dies. So really, really good response to Hydroid Crisis. Just a good card in general. I'm obviously a pretty big Angrath fan. CGN Commander, Karn makes an appearance as an extra card advantage engine. And the most important innovation for me was Treasure Map. So the versions I saw of this deck earlier in the week were playing Rix Maddie Reveler and main deck Direfleet Daredevil in their 2 slots. The problem is those aren't really good 2-drops. I never spectacled Rix Maddie in an entire league once. It was very bad. It's only really good for discarding dead removal spells in certain matchups. And then Direfleet's good, but it's not a 2-drop. It's like a 3-drop or a 4-drop or a 5-drop, you know? But Treasure Map is where it's at. This card is often seen in red sideboards, and of course was played a lot in the big red decks. This card is great because with all our cheap removal, we have a lot of play patterns where we go like turn 2 map, turn 3 upkeep scry, bolt your guy, turn 4 upkeep scry, Chainwhirler you, turn 5 upkeep scry, flip it, play a Phoenix. So it plays very well with all of our cheap removal spells, which again, of course, are really good against all the Incubation Druids, Growth Chamber Guardians, Llanowar Elves, Explore creatures, etc., that all floating around. Siege Gang's top end, and this is definitely my kind of aggressive, kind of card advantage-y red deck. Mana base also it's really cool because with all the new dual lands, now we have Blood Crypt and we have Stomping Ground, so we can actually facilitate our combo. And we're playing all red sources but one. We have 1 Overgrown Tomb. We have 10 black sources and 9 green sources. And the greens have a sideboard that comes up later. But so our mana base is actually great. And we're playing 25 lands because we have a lot of scry and a lot of expensive things as well. So the main deck's already great, and I'm already pumped with this main deck. The sideboard, though, is just out of this world. So 4 copies of Cindervines. This is the card you want against any Wilderness Reclamation deck or Turbo Fog deck, whatever. They got to cast a lot of spells. You play this, it kills them. Also, it's a disenchant when you need it to, so if they feel like they're at a high enough life total where they can survive, just kill the Reclamation. So really, really good card. Not only a modern card, this card's really good. This is part of our package against Control, too. I haven't played against too much Control. I don't think Control will be that popular because Hydroid Krasis is a cast trigger. So Control seems a little sketchy. I had an Esper deck I was working on, wasn't thrilled. And then our plan against the red decks is for Fountain of Renewal. And it's actually comical how good this card is against them. Thought we were like maybe a slight dog against red, maybe a little even. We have a lot of removal, but they can kind of burn us out. We can't gain life. We'll look at the cards to gain life, and this card is perfect. Because we're so good at answering their creatures, we also have 4 answers to Frenzy. They really have to come down to just trying to bolt us 6 times. And Fountain of Renewal makes it, that's not a game plan, it's possible. So we have a home run card against red, we have a home run card against the fog decks, and we have, of course, Duress, Eldest Reborn, extra Karns against control decks. Daredevil is good there as well. So I am astoundingly excited about this deck. And it's just funny because you guys know how I did. Maybe I won the tournament. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to win. So let's play it through a league. Been doing very well so far with this deck. And let's go. Okay, let's go. One quick word about why we're playing on Magic Online and not Arena. There isn't really a good competitive way to practice excuse me, on Arena at the moment. Best of 3 for a tournament. Ranked is obviously best of 1, and there are the best of 3 like leagues, but they're pretty soft, honestly. There are a lot of players who have incomplete decks trying to get cards, and I found it wasn't very good practice. So until ranked best of 3 happens on Arena, I think Magic Online is probably the best place to be practicing. Also, like, the only people playing Magic Online are probably preparing for a tournament. So, all right, hand's fine. Map is our preferred turn to play. Got our removal spell. Obviously, we need to find a land or two. Map's very good at that, so. Bones of Fans, nice. Azorius Guildgate. I have not played against the Gate deck yet. I don't think the Gate deck is probably a great matchup. I suppose Angrathing a 8/8 Colossus is pretty cool. I'm just an island. All right. I'll keep scrying, looking for a land. Treasure map, it's really, really important to just keep scrying. You want to just keep scrying because the faster you scry, the faster you flip it, and flipping it's very important. So you are trying to prioritize scrying over almost everything else. We are not an aggro deck. We are like a weird mid-range deck. This is really weird. Azorius Guildgate Merfolk Trickster. We're going to just kill this. I don't know what my opponent's doing, so I'm concerned. And I don't want them to have Curious Obsession dive down, or I don't know, just stop whatever's happening now. So, opponent's playing Azorius Guildgate. That makes me think that they're, I don't know, Trickster, Guildgate, Glacial Fortress? Like, you can't really play a Guildgate in an aggro deck unless you are hell-bent on playing one of the CCC creatures, like Chainwhirler. But Tempest Jin is obviously bad if you're not playing islands, so I don't really know what's going on. Which is an advantage for our opponent, of course. Week 1 format's always super exciting. I cannot wait to play in this tournament. Week 1 standard is so much fun. Alright, we're going to bottom that. I think. Yeah, I just want to find a land. Our deck's full of removal, so yeah, this is kind of a weird hand here. We only have 7 mountains in our deck. We're on 4 of the 7, but alright. I'm gonna play Chainwhirler. They might counter it, they might do something to it, I don't really know, but better counter this than something else, and I just don't know what they're doing, so that's fine. So, like, it looks like maybe it's mono blue, but not. So it's fine. Of course, the cool thing about map is it turns on our colors too, so I'm going to bottom the Lava Coil. If I find a land, I might cast Siege Gang. We're not really in a big... I said bottom. Really in a huge rush here. I don't think I want to cast Siege Gang. The treasures are very important because you really want to keep them around. So it's like, this is Ancestral Recall right here, over 3 turns. You know? So every treasure you sack is discarding a card from a later turn. So you really got to want to use it. And I don't think playing a Siege Gang here and getting it countered is like a good use of our cards. I'm pretty fine to just chill. I don't know what they're doing. I suppose worst case scenario, they play like Teferi next turn. It doesn't really make much sense. Maybe they're playing like a flash deck. They could have like I guess they could have like a Raft Brannigan here. Whatever it's called. I call it Raft Brannigan. It's actually like Raft Caption. That would be pretty bad. Also, they're playing like Lyra also. I don't know. This is weird. That makes sense though, because that Raft Brannigan's a wizard. That makes sense. A Trickster, Retort. Maybe it's like a blue-white flash deck. If that's the case, I kind of want to cast something then. I don't want them to just cast Raft Brannigan and then untap. Alright. I think Angrath is one of the least important cards. I think Siege Gang is more important. Also, its status, we can really kill some stuff with Siege Gang by giving that touch. I'm just going to cast the Angrath. I'm not thrilled about this, but if they have Raft Brannigan, and I'm going to keep calling it Raft Brannigan, deal with it. Then I'm not really happy if we don't do anything this turn. So we're kind of making a little leap here. Trickster, sure. That kind of sucks because they're gonna Wizard Retort. All right, that's fine. It's better this than Siege Gang. So yeah, I'm gonna guess that they're playing like a blue-white flash deck. Might have that Angel also. It's pretty funny. They only get one, so you could sacrifice it, but it could be cool if they got all of them. It does not. But it's not. I don't think this card's very good. If you saw my article on Friday, I did my love-hates for this set. I do it every set. Talk about the cards that I love and I hate. And this was a hate. I think this card's pretty bad. If they have a third Wizard's Retort, I mean, I guess we're in trouble, but I am ready to just slam jam. Cool. So we're a little... I don't know. We're both kind of running out of cards. They have 3. We have 1. We have a card in play. Definitely ahead on the board. Siege Gang's great. Pretty happy just taking 2 here. I think. I don't know. Maybe just take 2. Yeah, I'm just going to take 2. And I may or may not draw a card off Treasure Cove. So I tap the Cove and they can remove the Siege Gang somehow. I'm not sure how they would do that. History? Okay. Pretty interesting deck so far. Obviously, this is a wizard for Wizard Retort, which is kind of cool. As they have 1 card left, so I'm feeling pretty good here. We are up on cards. I would say we are ahead on the board. I think there's a card that can punish me for doing this by killing Siege Gang in blue or white. Phoenix is obviously very good. Stomping Ground. This is all fine. Don't really have any exciting attacks. We also have status here, so status we can shoot the siege gang with status, give it death touch, and murder some stuff. So they play bigger creatures. Right now, the Phoenix holds the ground pretty good, and I'm gonna shock because I have access to 2 shots on the goblins, just in case. I don't think they were gonna be too far behind on life here, and I don't mind trading goblins for knights as well. So no real attacks. We did lose our ability to cast Statue by drawing a card off the treasure, but so we could shoot a knight. The knights are going to be big next turn. Yeah, I think we just trade off with the knights. Siege game matches up pretty favorably with History Benalia. Well, I mean, there's our black source. We're obviously flooding a bit, but it's not too bad. That's fine. Here we're good. Still got 2 shots in the goblin tank with our status. Definitely, pretty flooded here, but they also don't have much either. So we got 2 cards, mostly irrelevant board state. We have Phoenix, which is just great. Not too scared about taking 2. So this attacking with the 1/3 seems really stupid. It feels like you're trying to goad me into attacking. They might have like the angel or something. What other flash things are there? There's just the 5/4 angel that makes it so they can't die. It's got vigilance. Card's pretty good. And then like Raft Brannigan maybe. So if we attack and if they have settle, it's terrible. That's like the worst case scenario, I suppose. Yeah, settle's really bad. Okay. So now we need to ask ourselves, if we attack and they settle my Phoenix, are we going to kill our own Phoenix? I don't know. So we attack, they settle Phoenix. If we want to kill it, we got a status. And then shoot it. And then like, now I'm just gonna attack, and if they have settle, we have settle. It's fine. Alright. Works for me. Alright, so they had the angel. No, they have Raft Brannigan. Okay. So now the question is, do I want to Siege Gang and kill Raft Brannigan? We can just do it next turn. We run a little bit of risk by waiting. They can counter it or something, but if I do it like this, we can status, Siege Gang, block, and then shoot this and get a 2-for-1. More on a token. Leela. Alright. I'm not ready to use my stature yet. Status. Also, we draw a Chainwhirler. It's pretty cool too. So you have to be aware they can like do stuff. I don't know how Trickster interacts with this. Like if I play a Chainwhirler, then I play status on it, then that resolves, and they Trickster it. Does it lose the ability? because is it like timestamps? Probably. Grand Arbiter. It's kind of stinky. Alright. That was a good draw. So let's just start on Angrath and just get the card out of their hand and see what's up. I wish Angrath could hit Planeswalkers, it'd be so much better, but we could like steal something. Nah, I want Angrath maxed out. Alright, so let's rip it. Let's see what the last card is. See if it's a counterspell or not. It is. That sucks. The third Wizard's Retort. Ugh. Alright. I mean, Dovin just going to make some more flyers. We could just shoot Dovin, obviously, but it's not really ideal. We attack this to just like make a counter, just do it again next turn. Ugh. That Wizard's Retort's brutal. Trying to figure out what they're playing is tough. Like what cards they have access to. Maybe we just like don't attack. It just seems so bad. Like we just leave Rekindling Phoenix back. It just feels like and then just shoot the Dovin. So we're not trading damage super effectively. They have a Thopter anyway. Alright. Sorry, folks. This is a tough board state. 2, 3. Attack, they block. Attack's bad. Could shoot the Thopter and attack it. It's pretty. That's the play if I want to actually shoot the thing. So, alright. That's 3. Going to 6 is like pretty scary. 2. Alright. Let's do it, and we can just try and get them. Hopefully they attack. So let's attack Dovin, and we're gonna just shoot this Thopter. And then hopefully this will goad them into attacking us with everything next turn. We can block, status, shoot Ref, Renegade, and Siege Gang. And just hopefully they don't draw a good card here. If they draw a good card here, we're kind of playing off the top. All right. So hopefully there's no. I guess I can't kill both. Obviously, I can do post combat. Yeah, we'll take the damage. So we'll status. And we'll take the 4. And then post combat, we're going to shoot Ref Brannigan. Our Death Touching Siege Gang Commander. Should use last known information, right? Okay, cool. Spell. God, unbelievable. Alright, well, if they have the Flash and or something, we're just dead. So. We are currently winning the race. We also have a lot of cards in our deck that make the clock go a little faster. I guess if you're playing double white, double blue, you really need the extra dual land. So Zora skill game makes some sense. Just gotta cast spells, you know? Alright, that's a good draw. Coming in. I should play the land. Play on Syncopate. That was bad. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I should play land. That was possibly a game losing error. Those are the little things that really if you lose that game to Syncopate or something. I don't know they're playing Syncopate, but little errors like that add up over a large sample size. That's a very minor but could have been punishing mistake. Okay, so they're playing some sort of Banty Flash deck. Duress seems kind of medium. It does hit history. It's possible they're playing Teferi. They have other planeswalkers too. Man, what do we want to do here? I love our removal. I like Warboss a lot. Chainwhirler seems fine. Sieging's good. Angrath. Maybe Angrath's not great. Honestly, there's not much I want to change. Karn seems pretty good. It goes to a pretty high loyalty and draws cards. Kind of a must counter. Cindervines doesn't seem good. Daredevil seems bad. Fountain seems bad. Basically, the question is, do we want Duress or not? I think that's our big question. I don't like that a lot of their instant speed stuff is also just creatures. I think we're going to go without it. We're trying to lower our curve a tiny bit with Karn over Angrath. Angrath doesn't seem amazing because some of their better cards cost 4 and 5. I think I would also like Eldest Reborn, actually. And now we're on the draw. So what I like to cut. Eldest Reborn seems really good against their larger creatures. We can also steal their Baneslayer Angel, which is nice. Maybe we just want one Karn. Very light sideboarding here. And our sideboard's pretty focused on what I think the top decks in the metagame are. So, cutting Angrath for Eldest Reborn. I think this card is very good in this deck because they're really good at cleaning up small creatures. I suppose it's a little awkward against history, but I think this is fine. Phoenix still seems good. They may have some exiling removal. I can see cutting a shock, actually. Yeah, let's cut a shock for a Karn. It might be a little risky because we're on the draw, but it seems like a lot of the creatures aren't shockable. So let's try this. We do want to present multiple must-counter threats. So Lava Coil is going to be working overtime a little bit. Of course, Statue is fine, too, as far as killing big creatures. So a matchup where we wish we had Lightning Strike over Lava Coil, probably, because killing like a Raft Brannigan before they untap is pretty nice. I mean, it's certainly unexciting, but I don't think we can mulligan it. It's not good. No map, no card advantage. We're on the draw. You gotta have a little faith, You gotta trust your deck sometimes. You gotta have faith. Oh, you gotta have faith. When I was confessions of a new metal teenager, when I was 13 or 14, my band covered Faith by Limp Bizkit for the school talent show. I am who I am. All right. They have history here. It's annoying. We're not really happy, shocking history tokens, but all right, this is fine. I don't think Chainwhirler is killing much. So there might be some interest in me just casting it. I think I actually want to wait a turn because I don't think there are many flash threats they can cast this turn. One of the important things about playing against flash threats is, or counterspell decks, or things in general, is that you want to cast things when you want to cast them and make your opponent cast things when they don't want to cast them. So, for example, if they have a counterspell here, I don't think there's any proactive 3-mana flash cards they can play. But if on turn 4, they can play Raft Brannigan. So let's wait a turn. Let's just play our Chainwhirler next turn. And then if they play a Trickster, we'll just shock it. We're definitely... This is not an aggro deck. We're not in a rush. Alright. I suppose that makes our play worse, but And we had not seen a Karn yet, so... Alright. Island, Glacial Fortress. Alright, they can have the island. We are a ways off from killing Karn. Alright. Karn is big. So, not thrilled about this current scenario, but... So we gave them island. And they have a silver countered Karn card. Shivan Fire looking pretty good here. If they have the Angel on a block, if they have Wrath Brannigan, it does allow us some instant speed interaction that's more than a shock, which is nice. Also, you have Statue. Kind of a removal heavy hand here. Definitely not ideal, but alright, they're doing it again. Deputy and Island. They can have Island again. So now they have Island in hand. Matching promo islands. Again, Deputy's, pretty soft. 12-hour removal spells. I think this card's just not very good. Again, Friday's article, all my love hates. All the cards I love and all the cards I hate of a set. There may be some serious surprises. You'll never believe what number 3 is. I do poo-poo pretty hard on some of the Gruul cards that people think are really good. So, hopefully the tournament this weekend has proven me right. Alright, Teferi is not good for us. I think we are, as a deck, a little soft to Planeswalkers. And I think we're probably in trouble this game. One of the reasons why I wanted Eldest Reborn. I suppose we can shock Teferi here and try to attack it. If they have like a seal away or basically anything, we are in trouble. But I would like the option to do that. I am not happy about this current scenario. That's not bad. Alright. So I suppose the backup prize is to get to resolve Angrath if they have seal away, which isn't bad, but Teferi is not particularly amazing in their deck, but it just draws a card every turn, which is definitely the game plan they want to play against us. Oh, thank God. Okay, so now we need to decide if we want to cast Angrath or not. They showed us Wizards counters. They probably have like Disdainful Stroke or Negate in some numbers. But I think it only 8 creatures too. It sucks. Where's Burst Lightning when you need it? Just do it. I think we're a little behind this game, so let's try and resolve. Sweet. Alright. That feels great. Okay. Angrath, Metal Face. Mjolnir is up there. For those who don't know, I'm on my stream. Whenever I cast an Angrath, I'll just get it. Whatever. I know we're more serious in the cool stuff videos, but I have my Mjolnir. So whenever Angrath starts, obviously the graphics aren't as cool on Magic Online, and there's no hammer. But in Arena, when Angrath activates his plus ability, a hammer comes out, and it's cool. Angrath is just the most metal planeswalker of all time. He's really... I know Karn's in play right now, but Karn's just like... whatever. Settle and Deputy again. Once again, I don't really care about Deputy. And now that I have Angrath in play, like, Deputy looks actually comical. So I'm going to give them Deputy. So they have a Fortress, a Deputy, and a Settle. So if they want to hit Angrath, they can. Ooh, that's okay. Statue to the rescue. Binding is good against us too. Binding is also not a really superly commonly played card, but we got this statue right here. They have a lot of cards in hand still. Well, they didn't have a counterspell last turn, so I doubt they have one this turn. So, ooh, actually, that is much better. Let's cast that. I had more of these previously, but I've cut them down because I thought Angrath was just better, but Eldest Reborn is quite the prize. Unless they do a counterspell here, this is pretty backbreaking. Oh yeah, that feels great. And now it's also threatening to get back there to Fairy. This is great. And I have status, so I have an instant speed Angrath as well. I discard a card. This is all going very well. All right, there's Deputy Detention, sure. So that's the one that's in their hand, sure. That feels great. So now they're vulnerable to Deputy. I shot the sheriff. All right, so we didn't draw a land, which I would have liked because we could have Lava Coiled and statused. We're just gonna attack and see what they do. I suppose getting back Eldest Reborn right now is not really of extreme importance because, I mean, they had nothing in play, so who cares? I'm just going to slam Siege Gang. I think it's probably going to get countered, but I don't really care, honestly. And I want to be able to free Angrath. I want to be able to get Deputy, get Eldest Reborn back. This is the kind of the problem, the classic problem of these white removal spells where they're not permanent. And especially Deputy is so fragile that, you know, it just comes back eventually. Okay, so these cards are gone. There's a Retort. Totally cool with that. It's a wizard. They overtapped. It's fine. No big deal. NBD. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. So now we're in this bind of, like, if they ever play a creature or planeswalker, and I kill their deputy, it's a disaster. So what do, you know? Right, that is a creature. So we are going to kill this deputy one way or another this turn. First up, Lava Coil. Second up, Double Shock. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Hammer, don't hurt him. Merfolk Trickster. Okay. I like the play. So they're trying to defend their Lyra against the Edict effect. It's not going to work, but I like it. You know, it's a good play. We get to just kill this in response, so it's still going to get him, but... And now we are, I would say, significantly ahead. They played a land. That's interesting. Another Ixalan's Binding. Okay. And now they are almost tapped. They only have one card left in hand. So we got these statues. The question is, we have a statue. What do we want to do with it? Like, we're going to attack first. Do you want Angrath? Or do you want an Eldest Reborn at instant speed? Because that does seem really, really good. They're also just dying. Where should I cast Phoenix now? Let's see what they do. This all feels pretty good. Like, just having the ability to have an instant speed Eldest Reborn whenever we want is awesome, and they're almost dead. So everything here that's happening is really good. Sure. So again, a fortunately temporary solution for our opponent. We've drawn another statue. We could go for the Eldest Reborn. They have a counterspell. It kind of stinks, but just go for it. I don't think our opponent has a counterspell. Okay. Yeah, this is an exercise in temporary solutions. I think that the problem with cards like Deputy Detention is you often end up building a house of cards. And when the house of cards crumbles, it crumbles hard, as we saw in that game. So, I think Ixalan's Binding is still good, obviously. Obviously, enchantment removal is much less prevalent, although it is very important in this format. I think Mortify is really, really important. So, and status is very similar. So, or statue, sorry. So good first match there. We played reasonably well. Okay, so we have our one Overgrown Tomb. We are playing one non-red land. This is the first time this has come up for me, where we have a one non-red land and we can't cast our Chainwhirler. I'm not even sure if this is a keep anyway, though. I think it's with Chainwhirler in this deck, you often don't want to cast it on 4 anyway. You want to cast it on 3. You want to cast it on 4, so you can status it. So not even that big of a deal, but realistically, we can't keep this 2-land hand on the play because this hand needs to draw multiple lands. If this Siege Gang was a treasure map, snap keep. But as it stands, I'm pretty happy mulliganing. The Overgrown Tomb was a swamp, and then Ross suggested that it may become an Overgrown Tomb. So gives us 1 extra green source for our sideboard cards, and I liked it. So good job, Ross. My teammates. I think Ross is not playing this deck. I don't think anyone on my team's actually playing this deck. I put it together mostly late today on Thursday, or last Thursday for you folks. He's been playing Sultai a lot. Dan Jessup might join me, but I think it's really good. I'm not one that pushes decks often, and I've been trying to get him to play it, but they all have preferences. I know Dylan's been interested in playing some Nexus of Fate decks, and I think Joe wanted to play Mono Red. Tannen might join me, but he's probably going to play Sultai because he's been doing that too. So we'll see. Of course, I'm part of Team BCW. Myself, Ross Merriam, Tannen Gray still in hand, and Joe Lissette. Legion's Landing. Black-White Godless Shrine. Okay. So, Adanto Vanguard is a card I've not had to play against yet. That card is good. That card is, could be a problem. We have answers. Mostly in the form of blocking. And I guess making them pay for life over and over again with Chainwhirler and stuff. But that card's good. We are a little soft to that card. It's a card I've not seen very often in my testing. Dauntless Bodyguard. Okay, so they have missed a land drop. And I think Legion Warboss is kind of great. Things have just shifted a bit. There's less removal spells, and Warboss does some work. Also, really, really nice synergy. Legion Warboss has to make a token, and it has to attack. So your opponents are trained to block it on sight with whatever creature they can. We're playing a trick that says +1/+1 Death Touch. So I expect to get at least one person with that. It's kind of hard to, it's not like you're bluffing. You have to attack, so you attack, So I'm looking forward to that coming up, hopefully. Mismatched Godless Shrines. All right, there is Big Daddy Adanto. So we are going to definitely kill something this turn to deny them the ability to flip Legion's Landing next turn. I would love to draw a shock of some kind so I can also deploy this Warboss. We did not. Well, now we're at an interesting point because I could just play Warboss and attack for 2/4, attack for 6, which is a pretty significant attack. There's also a chance they block, honestly. They might put Vanguard and Vampire in front of a Warboss, in which case they get blown out. So maybe them flipping Landing isn't even the end of the world at this point, because we just have double Warboss. I think that's the case. I'm going to go for it. I'll see what they do. If they don't block, we have a Warboss on defense. What's going on here? We have a Warboss on defense with Stature. We're going to just cast Stature next turn. And the more damage we do, the worse Adanto Vanguard gets anyway. So, well, I'm trying to play land, but nothing's happening. So, there it is. It's just Magic Online things, Get a little nostalgia. Getting on the old mode. I've been playing Magic Online for 15 years. I started playing Magic competitively on Magic Online. So, this is, kind of my home. A little bit. All right, let's see what they do. Yeah, they're going for it. Oh, yeah. So, we're going to pass priority, I guess. I would trade this here, but they're going to pay for life for sure, probably. All right, and then we get to status to keep my Warboss alive and kill at least their Vampire, if not their Bodyguard also, or one or the other. And that's what you call blowout. So, I had obviously Little Massacred that game, but okay. So, Daredevil Vanguard is a little problematic. I suppose Angrath answers it also. Don't think we want Karn here. Don't really have much for this matchup, honestly. Like I said, our sideboard is very, very focused at doing certain things, but I mean, like, our deck has 6 Shocks and 4 Lava Coils and 4 Chainwhirlers, I imagine the matchup can't be that bad for us. We might even just stand pat, honestly. I don't know what they're playing for the black. They could have, like, Mortify, they could have, like, some, I don't know, other black creatures. They could be playing, like, the Mardu, like, Mardu-y deck. Mardu-do. I might just stand pat. It's also possible we could, like, bring in the Eldest Reborn, which might be better than Karn. Nah, Karn's good. And I think Angrath's important for killing a Daredevil Vanguard. We're just stand pat. Our sideboard is obviously very focused. I think that we know what matchups we want to beat. And when we're playing against matchups that are a little unexpected, we gotta have a little faith in our deck, Okay, so this hand is super awkward. We have 4-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, 5-drop, 4-drop, awkward tap lands. We're gonna mulligan again. 25 lands, it's usually enough, but this looks very familiar. All right, we're gonna keep, and we're gonna top. Sure. More than happy to just pick stuff off one by one here. And we're kind of playing the Rabblemaster plan here. We just want to just get an empty board, kill everything, play a Warboss, get our token, keep going from there, The nice thing is that our tokens can block, too. Once they get that one attack in, they no longer are stuck attacking anymore, so. Alright, so we're going to use the Shock. I highly doubt we'll be going face, and Shivan Fire has a little more utility later on. I'm sure they'll both just be Shocks, but sure. Alright, no Daredevil Vanguard is great. Hunted Witnesses, whatever. Chainwhirler? Ooh, boy. That's all 3. Is that good? Maybe? Depends on their hand. They have a history here. It's not great. Did they mulligan also? No, they kept 7. Alright. They go land history. Things get a little ugly. No. That's very good for us. Okay. So they missed a land drop. They put a Daredevil Vanguard. We get to attack for 1. They want to trade 4 life for a token. They're more than welcome to. We have Shock available. So draw a land. We can go Warboss and Shock, which feels great. They're pretty soft to Chainwhirler at the moment, and not anymore, I guess. And they can't really attack too much because they're scared of Warboss. Yeah, this is pretty good for us. Okay. Land is cool. We're definitely going to Warboss. If we Shock the Bodyguard, the Warboss can attack also. Yeah, I'm down with that. They just sacrificed it? I mean, they didn't even sacrifice it? Alright, sure. I mean, if they had sacrificed, they would have... Maybe they wanted a token? I don't know. But this game feels pretty over. Alright, sure. So, Warboss is great. It is very interesting when formats change and cards, the value of cards goes wildly up and down. For example, I think the card Carnage Tyrant is dreadful in the new format. Because things have just changed a lot. I mean, the decks go bigger, Hydra Crisis goes bigger in the mirror. We have Death Touch effects. There's the red deck's super fast now. It does nothing against the Reclamation decks. And I feel like things have shifted and Warboss has gotten a lot better. Removal's good. Format is a little faster. I do like the Warboss giving us a chance against the control decks and the Turbo Fog decks. So this hand's Basically perfect. Why? Because we have our 1 Cinder Barrens, obviously. Look, I played Cinder Barrens before when Blood Crypt was not available. I'm still playing it now, but it is available. All right. Don't let me dare see you playing a Rakdos Guildgate. All right. Don't let me dare. Yeah, you right there. You're watching it work right now, or you're at home, or you're on your iPad. Don't let me see you playing Rakdos Guildgate. All right. Yeah, I'm pointing at you, not your dog. You. If your dog plays Rakdos Guildgate, it's fine. I don't got a problem with that. It's a dog. Can't read. But you can read. You should know better. Cinder Barrens, go. It's classic standard opening. Okay. Doesn't necessarily mean mono red, but your mono red matchup is very interesting. Our hand is not very good for it because our hand's kind of land heavy, but typically we have a lot of removal, so we can kill a lot of their creatures. They have to be kind of a burn deck against us. We really, really don't want them to hit us. So bottom, we want any kill spell here. That's not a kill spell. So we are trying really, really hard for our opponent to not deal us any damage with their creatures. We want to make them have to cast 6 lightning bolts to kill us. That's our goal. And it's not super easy game 1. Once we board in our 4 fountains, it gets a lot easier, but they hit Chainwhirler and Shock. So that's kind of bad. Because our Legion Warboss looks pretty bad in that scenario. And they do not play a land. Okay. So we're going to untap. Now I'm very, very aggressive with my mapping. And I think mapping is really, really important. However, we are in a bit of trouble here. They have 6 spells in their hand, 2 spells in waiting. The Warboss is bad. We can't cast it into a shock, obviously. And casting Phoenix will at least stem the bleeding for a turn, but it will slow us down on our map for a turn. But I think we need to cast Phoenix. The only way Phoenix is bad is if they have a Wizard's Lightning and they untap and then kill the token. It still eats 2 spells, so I don't actually mind that. So let's untap. Let's just draw a card. Okay. I like saving Lava Coils to kill Chainwhirlers. But they might not even play a land next turn. This is a tough spot. It's really, really important to value your life total. And if we Lava Coil, we get to flip map also next turn. It's a tough one. This is a tough spot. I think we've committed to playing Phoenix at this point. We only have 4 clean answers to Chainwhirler at the moment anyway, so I think we're playing Phoenix. And if they use 2 spells on it, I'm happy. I'm slam blocking. I don't care if they go land, kill it. I don't care what they do. I will happily trade Phoenix for 2 cards. We are definitely the control deck in this matchup. It is our job to trade resources, make them use their burn spells on our creatures, and try and stay alive. All right, so they have the lightning. Ideally, they don't draw a land here. All right, so that's what's actual worst case scenario. They lost their shock though, at least, so we get a little value there. But now we're in pretty big trouble. So this is gone forever. All right, and now I think we can't afford to scry again. See if we have to coil and Warboss. The games you don't draw. I mean, we're playing 6 shocks for a reason. So you got to draw your shock. We got to kill this. Not being able to kill this has ruined our entire flow this game. That's not bad. They also have 5 spells in their hand. We're probably dead this game. All right. We could coil and just scry. This is a turn we can play Warboss somewhat safely, though. But if they just kill it, I guess if they kill the Warboss, anything that kills the Warboss doesn't kill us. It's just a burn spell not coming towards us. I would trade Warboss for a burn spell. So we're gonna coil a Warboss here. I'm not thrilled about not using my map again. You know, the deck is definitely built in the manner of, you know, all cheap spells use map every turn. This game has not really panned out like that. All right, so there's two for two. So it's a wash on damage. We still have a token available, which is kind of cool. And I mean, their hand's all spells. This is not great. Definitely not a good Warboss matchup. It's still fine though. I mean, we traded 2 for 1 and got a token, and that token can block the Pyromancer, hopefully. All right, we are going to scry. We're behind on our scrying. Chainwhirler. All right, so not ideal, but no Wizard's Lightning. We're gonna leave this. We're gonna leave this back. They have, you know, probably 4 Firebrands. Can block those. Yeah, we're probably dead if they're striking us. We failed in our job of not letting the creatures deal damage to us, and they just drew all gas. So, yikes. It's amazing how good and bad Pyromancer is. It's bad because it dies to Chainwhirler, but it is good because it's just a burn spell. All right, yeah, there's their hand just rocking. All right, so that's fun. There's a reason we have 4 fountains on our board. I think game 1 against red, it can be, I think it's like maybe very slightly in their favor. You know, we're playing always shocks for a reason, but we sideboard pretty heavily. So we're bringing our 4 fountains, bringing our 2 Daredevils. We're going to be cutting all of the Legion Warbosses. And I don't think Angrath is particularly good either. And then I kind of like Karn, actually. I'm pretty big. I think that the card advantage is important. I also don't think Chainwhirler is that important, because honestly, they're going to board as if they try and board against Chainwhirler, so they board out their X1s, in which case Chainwhirler isn't even that good. It just dies to all our lightning strikes. I don't mind chafing a Chainwhirler and bringing in a Karn. Looks a little weird, but it's definitely a grindy matchup. Our goal is just to kill everything and not die to bolts. And Karn does that pretty well. And also, Karn can just make creatures that attack. We have 4 maps and 4 fountains. This thing's going to start making 3/3s and 4/4s, you know? So, I think I'm pretty happy here. We want to keep these in. This is more for killing Frenzy than anything else. It's also pretty nice to be able to play a Phoenix. They bolt it, we pump it +1/+1. Plays a little dive down, too. But, for the most part, you want to kill Frenzy, because Frenzy tops the plan of not getting burned out, because it gives them infinite burn spells, so... Angrath is okay. It's not like terrible against them, but it's not particularly great either. So, ooh, hello. Ooh boy, this is quite the test here. I think we keep. As long as we draw 1 land in our first few turns. We have 2 kill spells. I would not keep us with that 2 kill spells in a map, but I think these 6 cards are pretty good. I'm going to keep. Keeping a 1-lander on the play is obviously but I think this hand has basically everything we need. I'm going to keep. It sucks. It's a pain land too, but 2 fountains on the play is quite nice. And honestly, they tend to board out a lot of some of their smaller creatures, and might bring in like maps and things like that, so they slow down a little bit. So they're a little less likely to have a 1-drop, 2-drop draw. We can kill Steamkin if we have to on turn 2. Spear Skewer. Okay. Oh, we're so lucky. All right. We are going to just play a Fountain and tap land. It's not worth it to play this thing untapped. It kind of defeats the purpose of what we're doing here. So it's fine. We're in no huge rush. Shock and Coil are good. The old Spear Skewer. Card's fine. I've seen it in a few red decks. It's obviously a very good spectacle enabler. Trying to get in for 1 every turn. Yeah, it's what you do. Okay. I feel like you would maybe wait. I don't know. Whatever. Another land. Okay. So I don't think I'm ready to kill anything yet. This thing is a ways from being a 2-power creature. This is 1 damage a turn. We're going to just get our map in play. We can shock if we absolutely have to, but we'll just keep our engine rolling. 2 life a turn is a lot of life every turn. And it's funny because the Spear Skewer is slowly killing them because we're going up and they're not, so it's pretty amusing. Taking 1 here is not the end of the world. Cool. Very, very cool. It's all going according to plan. Our own Chainwhirler, not really interested. And Chainwhirler is not great in this matchup because they're ready for it once they board. Gotta keep mapping. I want to find a land so I can cast Shock and Coil, but I want to keep mapping. Cinder Barrens. I'm gonna let this one go. It's not a land we can use this turn, so I don't really care. And we can draw a green land for this. Sure. Works for me. So, Lava Coil, this bad boy. And then, as far as the shock, where's the shock going? I don't actually... I mean, Spear Skewer can make them cast more cards, but I don't think I really care. Maybe I should kill the Lava Runner now. Yeah, I'll just kill Lava Runner, in case they have Wizard's Lightning. Even then, though, I don't think I care that much, but I'll just kill it. Next turn we flip this. We're still at a very high life total, which is great. So we're feeling pretty good. We get the Scries rolling. We get cards coming next turn. Light up a stage, revealing light up a stage and land. That's basically this is one of the better cards they have against us, obviously, because they hit land, shock, so not really great. Good for us, of course. Obviously, them shocking us when we have 2 Fountain of Renewal in play is laughable. So everything is coming up Millhouse so far. And if they have a Frenzy, we have an answer too. We're going to be very, very stingy with this. This card is basically just destroy target Frenzy. Yeah, bottom. I missed the money sound from Arena. I can hear it in my head. Can you hear it too? Hey! Whoop. Draw Karns would be really good too. Lol. Yeah. Yeah, you can cast Shock on us. That is fine. Well, we're going to kill them with their own Spear Skewer. It's pretty funny. As I said, I really like the sideboard of this deck. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. They're casting Skewer the Critics, and we're just going to gain the life back this turn. That's our plan. The goal is to make it so the bolts don't kill you, and you can deal with everything else. So everything's going according to plan. Which level when a plan comes together? Sure. So you're saying I can keep playing this game longer? Sure, I would love to keep playing this game longer. I'm having a lot of fun. Sure. It's your nice, slow, grindy, mono red control deck, you know? It's great. Hello. Definitely not so I can get treasure. Do I want to shock and play Siege Gang? I don't think I do. I'm going to sit here and wait a turn. I don't see a reason to take 2. It's probably just going to die to something anyway. I'd rather cast it with mana up so I can shoot something in response. So they kill Siege Gang, I get to kill the Spear Skewer. I'm going to bottom that. I think I want to draw land. It's weird, but maybe I don't draw it. Maybe that was bad. I don't know. It's good. It's good for Siege Gang to draw land here. Just makes it. I don't have to waste treasure. I guess I'll leave the map up. We have 4 effective cards in play, so opponent is a trooper, that's for sure. Perhaps not. Nope. Yeah, okay. There's often a lag before players concede, so I wasn't sure if that was them not being a trooper anymore, but so they may kill CJ in response here. That's fine. Whatever. Don't take any damage. Gain life, draw cards. It's the Sphinx's Revelation way. It's untapped. Jeez. I mean, it's fine. I suppose we can deal some damage to our opponent. Yeah, I mean, Spear Skewer is it's a magic card. Doesn't line up terribly well with Fountain of Renewal, but it is a magic card nonetheless. I think the fact that we haven't even considered sacking one of these just shows how important this effect is in this matchup. Like, I could have sacked one of these to draw a card, look for more gas, but it's just completely unnecessary. You know, as long as we are at a reasonable life total, and we just can't die, we're going to win eventually. Their deck is all lightning bolts, you know? Oh boy. That is we found the got past the land clump and found the good stuff, and here we are, so it's dead. Maybe. No. Strike the Siege Gang. That's 7. Going for the win is lame. Just gonna play this. Get their Skewer the Critics. Could get light up a stage and have some more fun, but I guess this is pretty fine. Again, no cool chain animation. I know, I'm sad too. Oh, sure, how about a Phoenix? Would you like that? How about that too? Had enough yet? Yeah, that's what I thought. So, Fountain of Renewal, the bomb. You could say, well, you drew 3 of them, Jim. You're so lucky. If it had been 1 and other spells, that would have been good too. You know, I don't think we got below like 16 life that game. So you know, the games can be closer than that. You can go to like 8 and then work your way back up. You know, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with this configuration. It's funny how good Karn would have been on that board too. So many artifacts, you know. Excuse me. You know you're playing good Magic when you're playing a mono red deck that is splashing a green and black card. It's good times. So we've had a less than ideal hand and then a pretty ideal hand. So let's see what our opponent's up to in game 3 here. I guess that was a one-lander. I mean, obviously we drew 2 lands in a row. It worked out perfectly. But even if we had stumbled for a turn or two, I think we were fine. This is a one-lander I can't get behind. It's Cinder Barrens. It's tap land. We can't cast Fountain on 1. And then we don't have any removal spells either. You know, with a shock and an untapped land and 2 fountains, sure. But this is not that. So we got a mulligan here. Come on. Alright, that's also an obvious mulligan. I mean, this hand stands no chance of winning any reasonable game. Like, actual no chance. We aren't even guaranteed to cast the Phoenix on 4. Alright, I'm going to mulligan to 4. This hand has no chance to win a game of Magic. I would take land, shock, treasure map over this in a heartbeat. Yeah. I mean, it sucks. It's not fun, but hey, we are going to mulligan this 2-land, 3-spell, 5-card hand. Like, we're on the draw. Like, the second and third Phoenix just don't matter. Like, you know, Phoenix is not... It's a good, like, top-end threat in this matchup, but, like, we have to interact early or we're going to die. So I just think his hand doesn't matter. All right. As far as, you know, 4-card hands go, that's pretty good. I want to top this Stomping Ground. I kind of think I don't. I kind of want to be a little greedy here. I'm going to bottom this. The reason being that if I draw 2 or 3 lands in a row here, like 2 lands in a row, I just can't ever win, I don't think. And at least I'm happy drawing shocks, treasure map, perfect. So let's get Fountain going. I suppose maybe shocking this is better. Because now they can spectacle some stuff too, but like, well, they get spectacle on turn 2, it's fun. I think shocking this is better. Oh, we have Whirler, never mind. So let's gain a life. Let's draw. Is a land. So yeah, we're gonna Whirler this. That's fine. So we'll say go. We'll shock this in response to the activation, and we get to Whirler the Pyromancer, and maybe we'll win this game on 4 cards. Is it likely? No, but this is basically all I can ask for a 4-card hand. Please play a land. Okay, thank God. We couldn't beat, like, you know, two lands, all spells. Our best chance of winning this game is them kind of like drawing 4 or 5 lands and you know, not being able to do a ton. All right, so pretty easy Chainwhirler here. Doubtful Lava Runner attacks for 2 next turn. I mean, they could kill this and they can shoot me, I guess, but puts up a pretty big wall. We have a coil. The tools are here. We draw like land Karn. I think we're fine. You know. Played Fountain on 1 since it's gained 3 life so far. It's good to keep track of the turns, see how much an impact it had. Fourth land's good. Suppose we are a ways off of casting statue, so if they have a frenzy, we're kind of in trouble, but alright, so no other spell. Daredevil's cool. It's not really doing much at the moment, but it may later. I don't love coiling this, because if we do and they play a Chainwhirler, it's tough, but it's probably attacking for 2 next turn. Would they have cast Chainwhirler last turn? No, they would have gone Whirler Skewer. They didn't have enough Chainwhirler. So, context clues. If they had a Chainwhirler, they would have went Chainwhirler, 1 to us, Skewer the critics. So we can probably deduce they do not have a Chainwhirler in hand. I would love to see him play a land here and not Frenzy. Oh yeah. Shock? That's not great. I'm looking for like a land and a Karn or something, or a treasure map, or some sort of forward motion, but sure. Every time they burn spell us, I feel good, because I have Fountain of Renewal in play. Chainwhirler, sure. A little awkward, because you can't actually Daredevil to kill it because of their contents of their graveyard, but okay. Still not there yet as far as killing Chainwhirler, but I think that's okay. We could shock them and then skewer the critics, but that seems a little crazy. So we're just gonna stand pat. We draw a land, we can kill it. We draw a spell, we're happy. Still 15. Their hand has been pretty mediocre, but hey, that's 7 cards in it, right? Beggars can't be choosers. Only Daredevil was a wizard. Ooh. Normally this card's not that bad because we can just take... I mean, we're going to take 4, but this is a little tough. Actually, we can Daredevil it. That's actually really good. Alright, that's cool. So taking 4. Again, Fountain plays well into this plan, so... And now we can... Alright, I think we... We could Daredevil and just exile the risk factor, and then block Chainwhirler, and then deal with damage to it, and then shock it. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. But just keep them off of casting risk factor. This is basically just like Daredevil gain 4 life, and our game plan against them is just gain life. So this is fine. It's weird. We're just playing like a Crypt Keeper or whatever that exile card is, but they only have 1 card. So if they hopefully will not just kill our Daredevil and attack into it, and we can just block and then kill it, and then we're in really good shape. So it would be pretty heads up of them to kill Daredevil and play around shock. They're not doing it, so it might be wrong anyway. So are we dead? They light up stage. We could be dead. All right. 2 cards revealed are Shock Mountain. So we are going to effectively 5. We are gaining life, and we have a Phoenix, though. So it's not... There is definitely a pretty solid avenue to us winning this game. There's no reason to play that. Or an effective 5 save shock. They draw a strike, they can, like... Alright, they shock us. Alright, dodged a bullet there. Rootbound Crag is not exactly ideal, but it's fine. Now I have a clock at least. That's a good one. That is a good one. We're thankfully at 4, which is the important place to be. And we're probably shifting to defense here, depending on what we draw. Let's see, Blood Crypt. Yeah, we are shifting to defense. So, Rekindling Phoenix is going to stay home. Let's just try and stay above 3 life. Alright, I mean, I would prefer not to draw like 9 lands on our mulligan to 4. They've drawn a lot of lands too. Their hand has not been great, but I would like to draw a spell here. We're so close to winning on this mull to 4. Oh, that one's so bad. You go to 2, we die to a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff. But if they draw 3, I guess we're hoping they just draw, like, land, spear, skewer, lava runner or something. They could draw a few lands. Oh, this is so bad. And they can flash it back, too. Oh, this is gross. I think we'll let them draw. We are almost assuredly dead here. I don't see how either scenario works out well for us. They have to get exceedingly unlucky to lose from this point. That sucks, you know? Mulligan to 4. Had a pretty good chance to win. Just drew 8 lands and died. It feels bad. There's a land. Alright, I mean... If you drew 2 lightning strikes, you drew 2 lightning strikes. Alright, I mean... Honestly, for a mulligan to 4, like... What's our top card? I'm glad we did that. I'm glad we saw that. We almost won. You know, for a mulligan to 4, I'll take it. If that's going to be our loss, I'll take it. Alright. 2-1. Quick. Really thought we had that one. I really thought we had it. Alright. Let's roll. It's good. Overgrown Tomb, again, looking a little awkward, but it's not too big a deal. Siren Stormnerd. Playing against no Krasis decks today. We can't cast Chainwhirler on 3 anyway, given our current mana base. I think I'm pretty fine just killing this. I don't want them to have Obsession dive down, just things get out of hand, you know? And I can also just counter removal spells on later stuff. Okay. Warboss is nice next turn, too. 1 drop? It's a 1 drop, we draw... Alright, so that's pretty good. Alright, we drew our red source anyways, that's pretty sweet for us. I think we're in great shape now. Another good Warboss matchup. Okay, so if you are concerned about Trickster, that's a shock. If we're concerned about Trickster and Dive Down, we're going to play it a little safe. Let's move to combat. If they have Trickster, they're going to flash it in and block a token. We'll play Chainwhirler post-combat. Yep. Don't think it's worth risking it. Like if they have a dive down here, then we fire it. They kill our guy. Just really, really bad. Just no reason to play into that. We are way ahead on board, and they can't counter this Chainwhirler. So they're thinking about it. They recognize the danger that they are in, but they also realize that blocking is probably a necessity to stay alive. So feels good. Goblin Chainwhirler still really good. Surprising, I know. Opponent plays main phase opt. You should probably be happy because it means that things are going very well for you. Alright. I mean, now we are coming in. Sure. Trickster. You just do it again. Oh, sure. Yeah, great. Oh, I lost the ability. That's hilarious. Alright, and they are not willing to give in to the Chainwhirler this time. So do we wish to just kill the Trickster outright? Or just play our own Chainwhirler again? Yeah, I'm pretty happy just playing Chainwhirler. It's cute, though, turning off the Warboss. So at 12, we have a monstrous board and 2 removal spells. Feeling pretty good. They can't even obsession attack. Yeah, it's just... I would hope our deck full of 1,000,000 removal spells would be decent against this deck. Yeah, they have play, of course, but okay. I've always liked Duress against this deck a lot. I am not super thrilled about Karn or Angrath. I don't think Angrath is particularly good. It's just vulnerable to literal everything. Most of our cards aren't good here. Cindervines, Karn, Eldest Reborn. Eldest Reborn's like okay, because you can't dive down it. You can obviously spell pierce it, but maybe just leaving Karn. Angrath can it can steal a creature, but if we Angrath minus and they have a dive down, it's a disaster. If they have spell pierce, it's a disaster. So I think I want Angrath out. Maybe we just want to leave in Karn. Yeah, it's fine. Phoenix Force is very good against them too. Cindervines deals with obsessions, sort of. Does this deck get any new cards from a new set? I don't really think so. I guess Daredevil could cast Opt. What do they have? They have Opt, Dive Down, Spell Pierce. Those are all pretty bad. Opt is good, but the Daredevil's body is actually reasonably relevant. Maybe Daredevil's just better than Karn, because they can block random. Just like the Trickster, I guess. Not much else. I think I prefer Daredevil to Karn. Karn's just kind of expensive. I don't think we really need the card advantage in this matchup. Everything else looks pretty good, though, so I'm pretty fine with this. Fountain's not really relevant. They are aggressive, but they win the game by drawing a bunch of cards, not actually killing us quickly. They're more like a Delver deck than a Burn deck, so... Sand plays. It's not great. It's fine. I think shock on turn 1's pretty big, and killing their first creature is very, very important. Not allowing them the option to untap into, Obsession Dive Down. They win, a large percentage of their Obsession Dive Down games. That was a very good draw. Don't let them untap. Nothing. I mean, if they go for Trickster plus Obsession here. Nope, Opt. Every Opt feels so good. Just whew. That could have been a relevant card. So that's an Opt. Sure. They went top. Top. Alright. So that was our main phase. So they're saying they came to play. Our hand is not great. We have our combo. It's not really super great against them, but I think we're gonna play for it. I'm not gonna just cast Chainwhirler for nothing. Alright. Opt away. Gotta get some nice invasion ops. I like those ops. Those are nice ops. Alright. Fine. Gotta draw some spells. We are playing a lot of lands, I mean, we rely on Treasure Map a little bit. We also might want to make our land drops too, Don't think playing 24 lands in this deck is reasonable. Want to go up the curve. Also with map, it's really important to be able to keep drawing. You scry, draw a land, scry, and keep making all your land drops at map, because map is a 1-mana tax every turn. Alright. They clearly have a counterspell here. So for Chainwhirler, Siege Gang's really good too. I'm pretty fine just playing Phoenix. Let him counter it. Whatever. Let me just have Chainwhirler or Siege Gang. If they counter this, Obsession, play a creature, we get to Chainwhirler, status them. We can just kill the creature. We can play Siege Gang. Siege Gang resolves. It's pretty insane. Also, if they have Obsession here, we get to start racing, and just killing them is a way to overcome their card advantage. Okay. that was a pretty good draw. All right, first things first, let's attack. Siege Gang is very important. If Siege Gang resolves and we untap, we probably can't lose. So definitely not interested in getting too frisky with that. I almost don't mind just saying go and then upkeep trying to kill the Herald. They'll defend it in some way. Then we get to untap Lava Coil, Chainwhirler, or Siege Gang, or whatever else we're going to do. Going for Whirler status here doesn't make sense. So you need a status to kill it. I might just kill it on their turn. It does add a Whirler to the board, but Whirler can be better later, I think. I'm just going to say go and upkeep, try and kill it. Lava Coiling like here doesn't make sense, as we can double spell later on with it. So let's upkeep, try and just kill this thing. Sure. Let's just draw a shock at any point. That feels great too, so. Like, we are putting a lot of pressure on them to have a lot of the right answers. And they are drawing 2 cards a turn, but, you know. Okay. That's medium, because it dive down means we can't cast it again, unfortunately. But we will make do with what we have, I suppose. Any instant speed shock would have been 1,000 times better, but. And we were going to slam Chainwhirler at this point also, because we wanted to start clocking them. So that feels really good. Just a straight hard. So they're willing to use a hard counter on this, which means that our Siege Gang might have life next turn. If we draw a land would be a great draw next turn. We have to land Lava Coil. If it dies, great. If it doesn't, Siege Gang. That feels awesome. So. It's also possible if they just cast like a Tempest Djinn, we just go for that instead anyway. So then I have 6 cards. We are ahead on life, behind on cards. Surge Mare? It's a card, I guess. Surge Mare. None of those are wizards. Ooh, boy. Man, I wish you waited with our Chainwhirler. That would have been dope. Okay. So now it's just like Essence Scatter, or like the new Essence Scatter could be a problem. We can also just try and double kill this. We can just like Lava Coil Stature it. Stature does kill one of these pretty easily whenever this deals damage to an opponent. So these are 4 power attackers. That's a reasonable attacker for sure. If we cast Siege Gang and it gets countered, it's a disaster. Probably loses us the game. This is an act for 7. They're probably going to block. We get the status. This is interesting. I'm going to just attack and see what happens. They got a Trickster too. That changes things as well. No, okay. They can pump this to a 2-3. It's irrelevant. Do we play around? I think we just slam it. If they have Essence Scatter, they have Essence Scatter. Ugh. Essence Capture. That sucks. Alright. They are really going for it. Alright. I get to loot. That sucks. Took a risk. Didn't pay off. It might have been better to Lava Coil. I'm not sure, honestly. I mean, the thing is now you can probably double spell next turn if we draw a spell. Whereas if we couldn't have maybe the following turn, I'm not really sure. I mean, we have lethal. They have Exclusion Mage. That's pretty good. Well, now we're definitely double spelling, right? So and they have a counterspell probably, which is fine. They're at 7. So this thing can deal a maximum of 5 damage, which isn't the end of the world. Alright. This is like not that bad. If they have Essence Scatter plus Dive Down, then it's really bad. But alright, they have the Trickster, sure. Okay, so this isn't that bad. We get to play Phoenix. If they have Dive Down, it's bad. Alright, let's play around Spell Pierce. Alright, let's try and kill this. Okay, let's play Phoenix. And this game has not gone great for us, but we're still alive. Map is not great, obviously, at this point in the game, but they have a lot of islands. So this can be a 3/4. If they have an Exclusion Mage, I will trade my Phoenix. That's fine. I make that trade. It's only a good creature, so this is an easy block. Allowing them to loot is also not allowed, so it's not reasonable. So they're probably gonna like. Oh, that's cute too. Sure, whatever. Similar to bouncing it. We still get a trade, and now it's Bears versus First Striker. And they have no cards left. And we draw a card and have a map. It's like so unlikely their card in hand matters. I could. Alright, let's just take a look. It's another Surge Mare? Oof. That's pretty good. That's tough. Alright. We need some help here. We're amazingly losing to Grizzly Bears. Alright. They drew a counterspell, we are definitely dead. It's pretty good. Don't think I could turn that one down. Ugh. All right. So now we're in the awkward spot where like they can attack with everything. We block a 2/2, they get to loot and do us a lot of damage. We block the Surge Mare, they just don't pump it. We take 6. This is bad. That was really, really bad. They drew a counterspell that turn. Let's get a little information. That's the land. I think we just eat a creature. Can't just take 6 and not affect the board in any way. It sucks. It's not good. Now they're likely to have a good card because they're going to loot too, so we're probably in trouble. Go to 3. Need to draw removal spells. They didn't loot? Oh my god, they drew another good one? Oh my god, that's just absurd. Alright, well, now we're just dead. Siege Gang? Siege Gang's so good, but it doesn't matter. It's not enough. It's 5/3. Yeah, it would have been insane if it didn't draw Tempest Djinn. It would have won us the game easily. But they did, so we need to draw. I don't even know what. Alright, that's a tough one. That was a tough game. We probably should have won that game. I probably screwed up somewhere. Casting that Siege Gang was probably just wrong. I should have just killed the creature. The mono blue deck is very, very skill intensive, both from both sides. I feel like most games are won or lost on pilot error on either side. Alright, so they have a lot of crappy creatures. kind of don't hate Eldest Reborn. All these cards are so expensive, obviously, but Direfleet Daredevil just seems bad. They have to play like 9 ops every game. It's actually fine, honestly. Like, you could also like Daredevil a Spell Pierce to try and resolve something like that or something, or that's Diebound. Doesn't do much either. The body is somewhat relevant. They have Mana Wars and the other creature too. Doesn't deal with Surge Mare very well. We really need to keep the stupid Obsession. Like, that game was won by Obsession. They drew like 5 cards off Obsession. If they hadn't done that, they would have never won. So we really just need to keep the Obsessions under control. Let me just leave an Angrath. I mean, Angrath's pretty good also, because you can Angrath, steal the Obsession creature, and draw a card off it, and then it dies. So maybe we'll play 1 Angrath. I'm pretty fine with that. Alright, we definitely screwed that game up. Alright. Sand is pretty good. I don't know if we want to wait on the Duress or not. I don't mind Lava Coiling their 1-drop. They play a creature. Well, I want to cast Warboss on 3. Yeah, I think we just Duress on 1. It also greatly assists us in playing the games. We'll know their hand, so I don't normally like casting Duress on turn 1 as matchup, but alright, so they have Capture, Opt, Retort, Exclusion, Tempest. So I think Essence Capture is their best card here. Everything else is very expensive and clunky. And the Exclusion Mage, which recast the Warboss, this is fine. Opt makes the hand a little awkward because like they're going to have a lot of cards we don't know, which is why I usually want to wait on Duress, but I think how our curve works, it's just how you want to do it. It is obviously awkward that we didn't need to Lava Coil, so we could have waited a turn, but it's fine. Opt goes top. Okay. Alright, I mean, we're slamming Warboss here. If they drew a counterspell, they can, whatever. We are a little light on stuff here. They drew Merfolk Trickster. Alright, that's fine. So now they have counterspell. Exclusion Mage, sure. So if they untap, they have Retort available for 2 mana. Map's pretty nice. Definitely would like save Lava Coil for Temp Vision, but need to put something in play so they can't play Jim with Retort backup. These are both wizards. I don't have shocks. Play Warboss here. It's nice to have it in play, but it's not doing a ton. Play Map and Scry is really passive. I don't think we can do that. I think we should have the Warboss in play. That Trickster was pretty good. Herald with Retort up. All right. All right. I mean, we're going to slam. If they have another Trickster, whatever. I don't think that not attacking is going to win us this game. No, every 2/2 is also really good, so. I should have waited on playing the land because I might end up passing 2 Lava Coil. I can't cast Lava Coil twice. We just need to save a Lava Coil for this this Tempest Shin. Alright, this is not the end of the world. Sure, I'm very cool with that. I don't know if that map would affect this game enough. I'd love to draw a good card next turn and cast it. They definitely could have another counterspell because they fired that off pretty quick. But I think we are winning the race here with our Legion Warboss, and I would love them to slam his Tempest Shin this turn. I would love it. Oh, yeah. No land. Thank God. All right, we actually need to draw a spell. That would be nice as far as our plan of winning this game. Drawing a spell would be cool, but at the moment we're doing okay, so I can't complain too much, but they have 3 spells in hand. Having an army of 2/2s is pretty good. Surge Mare, that's pretty good against an army of 2/2s. Alright. This is unreal. I mean, obviously it's cool our goblins can block, so that's kind of nice. Alright, we are going to make 1 goblin and we are going to attack with it. I think we're swinging back to defense here. They also need to be, if they want to pump to kill it, they have to take down counterspell mana. And we have, many scary cards we can cast, so hopefully they just let it live. Alright, this is definitely not ideal. I mean, we have 8 lands and, 5 spells, but come on. I mean, we just have to block. It just sucks. Four, 5. We go to one. We go to one when they have an unblockable creature in play. What do we got to do to win this game? They have a counterspell we can't win. If we Siege Gang is really good. Angrath is fine. Yeah, I think going to 1 is fine. We don't have... if we chump block this thing, we go to 3, then we have 2 blockers, and we're just as bad of a spot next turn. Yeah, this is fine. They probably have a counterspell we're going to lose anyway. This has been a pretty frustrating match. I mean, I guess now we are drawing live, so let's draw Siege Gang Commander. Or Angrath plays too. Angrath, Siege Gang. That does not do it. Alright. Again, pretty frustrating match. 8 lands this game is not too great. I think I'm okay with how we played this game, but I feel like we probably could have won the last game. Pretty frustrating. I don't enjoy playing against mono blue. Their deck just feels so bad, but they just win a good amount of the time because there's just a lot of tricky stuff going on. And against slower decks, it is pretty good. I mean, I don't know. They drew the cards they need to draw. Mana War is very good. Tricksters are good. Surge Mare seems pretty cool. I don't think I would change much from our deck. It's not a deck I expect to face anywhere in a tournament. The deck is mostly just a budget deck. Doesn't seem particularly well suited for many things, but take the L. Take the L. No Hydroid Crisis. What's going on? Oh boy, this is definitely going to be against a Teamer Reclamation deck. I'm going to keep. I'm not really thrilled, but obviously they're playing creatures, which most decks are. It's good. No Hinterland Harbor. Forest Lanarol. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Treasure map. Yeah, I'm pretty happy playing map here. I guess if we shock now, problem is if they play a Wildgrowth Walker, we have to kill it. So if we shock now, they Walker. I can't cast map next turn. Yeah, playing map on curve is good here. The adage of bolt the bird is not often correct, despite it being a really popular. Oh god, they have stupid Fires card. Ugh. This is the only turn this card is good. Turn 2 off a Liner Elf. It is pretty bad otherwise. Angrath. Ugh. They're going to fire off 4 Growth Chamber Guardians next turn. Oh, this is gross. Most Forest Liner Elf decks have been like mid-rangey Explore decks, so with the information that we had, I'm still happy we didn't bolt it. If I knew that they were playing this deck, I might have bolted it, but we're gonna bottom. There's a lot of shocks, and I'm sure they're gonna play 3/3s next turn, so this is pretty bad for us. Again, I feel like my deck has been built very well against the expected metagame. If I am wrong, I am wrong, but we have not played against one Hydroid Krasis deck yet, which is by far the most important and best card in the format. They have a Growth Chamber Guardian, we probably can't win. Just like play a 3/3 every turn for the rest of the game. Yeah, this is also one of my hates from my article on Friday. If you missed it, I talk about why this card is so bad. Check it out, CoolStuffInc.com. I do a written article every Friday, and of course, the video you're watching now every Monday. If you're watching on YouTube and haven't actually been to the Cool Stuff site proper, get your butt there. All right, as I said, there's a written proportion to this article that is posted in the article. It's a write-up about the deck and before and after and stuff that you're not going to want to miss. And of course, you can also use my promo code JIM5 for 5% off your next order. So you can pre-order that. I guess it's not pre-order anymore. It's actually order. You can order that Ravnica Allegiance box as well as all your gaming needs on CoolStuffInc.com. Opponent, for God's sakes, you're playing Fires. You have Maya. Just play a creature and attack. Like, what's the tank here? You're just playing creatures and Fires. Let's go. You got your nut draw. You play Fires in turn 2. This is the place that you literally want to be. Ooh. Could be a pod deck. Could be a pod deck. I think the one place Rhythm is Did I have 6? Oh, you bastard. The one place that I think this card actually is fine is in the pod decks to give Xanathar haste. That was a bad F6. Phoenix is good. Kind of need lands, but I think we're fine with Phoenix. We got to race them, so I'm cool with that. Top that. Shock this. Say go. Yeah, definitely a Xanathar Birthing Pod deck. Maybe they're playing Hydroid Krasis too? Alright, so upkeep Scry. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So we'll just play Phoenix and we'll just try and kill them. Because killing your opponent is usual solution to whatever shenanigans they might be running. So they play a 4/4 Krasis this turn. It could be a problem. It'd be a 5/5. Ravager Worm. That is a fairly large creature. They get to kill my land, which is really good. Alright. That is that's a boom boom. We can't just kill it. It's not like the end of the world. We have Shivan Fire, Lava Coil. Only have 2 cards left in hand. Like, it's not... We're not in great shape, but you just block. It doesn't trample, right? Yeah, haste seems a little weird there. Right, no trample. Haste, riot. Yeah, it seems a little unnecessary. Would have been infinitely better as a 6/7, because then I couldn't kill it this turn. So, kill my land is good though, so that's fun. Yeah, just Coil Shock it. No reason to let them untap. I don't know what they've got going on over there, so we are basically tapped at this point though. So this Phoenix has a lot of work to do. Another stinker, sure. It's not too bad in this scenario, I suppose. Double Gruul Spellbreaker. And they have a Lava Coil too? Ugh. Alright, well. Honestly, I don't think this card's very good, but it is good against us in particular, because we're a little soft to Planeswalkers. They have double Spellbreaker. Yeah, we probably do just super dead here. It's been quite the subsection of decks you've played against so far. Triple Riot. Yeah, we're almost surely dead. So 2 of them means they both have hexproof on their turn too. That's pretty sick. Phoenix. And then we can't kick a Shivan Fire. Still good though. I think we just top it. This is pretty gross. Their last card's obviously just another Lava Coil. Well, we found Hydra. They're playing the Nika of the Old Ways Hydroid Krasis combo. You double your mana and cast the big Krasis. And we're just dead, so that's fine. I don't think we can win, but I suppose we'll try. Angrath is not particularly great. Yeah, I just have 5/5s. We just can't win. Just take a 5/5. Attack them, make them block this, but we're 1, which doesn't matter. Don't think we have any outs. I suppose Siege Gang might work. I mean, they just have Krasis for 1 million next turn. I don't think it matters. Oh, their deck is doing everything it wants to do. It's a pretty good hand by them. Oh. It's got Trample. I couldn't see that under Riot, Haste, Hexproof. Right. Alright. I mean, kind of a weird deck. Definitely in for Eldest Reborn. Angrath should be good. Unfortunately, we don't really have a good way to kill that 5/5 besides our stature. I mean, like, we do have these Chainwhirlers, obviously. Maybe this is not a Karn matchup. Like, they probably have no answer to our Chainwhirler status combo. Like, if they're just playing Lava Coil, they're playing mostly creatures, probably their only kill spells. So, like, you pull that off, we just win. Probably. We can keep this. Sounds pretty good. I think we're going to play Mountain on turn 1. Just have the ability to shock. The old Gruul Guildgate. It's a classic. Yeah, it's a classic. Alright, so let's just find the old whirly boy here, I suppose. It's pretty metal. All right. I think we could just kill it here with statue. Let's see what we draw. Phoenix. This card is particularly good against our planeswalkers. Yeah. We'll kill it. I'm not thrilled about it, but sure. It does make Angrath really awkward. They just like play a haste creature and attack it. I kind of wanted to save haste in general. Is just kind of awkward. I'm gonna scry. If I keep if there's a land, I'll keep it on top and probably just kill Rhythm, I guess. All right. Very weird deck. It's like a fires if you have Maya or a ramp. Just weirdo deck. I don't know. Ravager Orb seems so good against this too. Like they have Krasis. Like this is a pretty rough spot, I feel like. You have 4 cards in hand. I mean, Angrath stealing Krasis is obviously pretty cool, but it's a lot of cards they're going to draw. Like, unfortunately, everything they're doing is lining up really, really well against us because we are intentionally not trying to be aggressive. We're trying to be more mid-rangey. So their over-the-top stuff is going over the top of us. And, like, I think we're fine against other Krasis decks because our planeswalkers are safer and they don't have lava coils and, like, but everything that's happening here is lining up pretty poorly. They also might have, like, counter spells as well. Which is also awkward. I feel like our Angrath here is like probably not going to resolve. Not resolved. But like they could just have a haste creature. Expect them to discard Nullhide for rocks there. That's the way this match has been going so far. Like, how do you play so many Rhythm of the Wilds, but just not play that many creatures? Like you're playing routes and lava coils, and it just seems kind of like, All right, so they have 1 card left. So they're basically just trying to draw Hydroid Krasis because they have 100 million bajillion mana. We could steal this and attack them with it. I don't hate that. Let's just draw a card first, see what we draw. Map. Like, there's no way that the card in their hand is actually good, right? Like, it just doesn't make sense. So I just played it. So I'm just gonna take this. We can use the mana from it, but like, there's not much to do with the mana, honestly, because we're just gonna play a map and play a tap one and say go. So. The Spellbreaker itself doesn't have hexproof. I gotta look some up. Sorry, folks. It gives other things you have hexproof, but they just had 2 last game. No, it is. I thought it was you and your creatures are. It has hexproof. So card's very good against planeswalkers, obviously. So we can't leaving up Shivan Fire to try and protect Angrath. Probably not worth it. Then we just have obviously more Angrath. So. Very weird deck. Like, I wonder if they're playing, like, the Ancient Stirrings for creatures or not. Alright, so they had the Spellbreaker, which is fine. Obviously, we have backup Angrath, so it's not the end of the world. The thing is, once they're playing the... That's pretty good. Once they're playing the, like, the Ponder... Now we just don't have any creatures in our deck for our Rhythm of the Wilds, or our what's it called? Planeswalker. Just weird. So, could Angrath just steal this? Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Angrath, steal, map, scry, that's all good. Yeah, I'm cool with all that. They draw Crisis, we're in trouble, obviously. Domri? Ugh. Ravager Worm and Spellbreaker. Alright, that's not that bad. So they're going to try and kill my Angrath, which does suck, but it's fine. This card's pretty good. Skullbreaker. Siege Gang's also good. Phoenix is also good. Very weird game. I feel like destroying those rhythms had no effect on the game at all. The rhythms weren't good this game, you know? Alright, so Siege Gang, shoot. I'm not going to flip this. It doesn't matter. You flip the map. Here we're Siege Gang. Shoot that. They can destroy 1 land. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't have trample, does it? No, this is trample. Yes. Alright, we'll just scry. Another Phoenix? Wow, we're flying here. Alright, so we lose a treasure in the exchange, which is fine. Pretty gassed up here. We have our combo next turn too, so they like play Ravager Worm, fight the Siege Gang, whatever. We just combo them and kill them and play Phoenixes and whatever. It's all pretty sweet. Do need to kill them before they draw Hydroid Crisis, but I don't think that'll be a problem, so... Play creature, play creature, play creature. Yes. Yes. God, it's going to taste so good. Opponent. Taste it. How do you like me now? Should buy draw land Bane Fire us. It's gonna be hilarious. They're mostly dead next turn. This is 9, 4, 8, or 4, 7, 8, and we have 9, so alright. Very, very weird game. Like we put so much effort into killing the rhythms and it didn't even seem good. Like that game. You know, like, which is my qualm with rhythm, is that like it's just not good a lot of the time. Like your hand has to line up really well for it to be good. All right. I think we're just running it back. We were definitely a little fortunate they didn't draw Krasis there because they played Explosive Vegetation and got a bunch of lands in play, which is really weird. Our Planeswalkers seem medium because they have so many haste things to just kill them. But stealing a Krasis is pretty good. Hitting their hand seems fine. I wish I had more Eldest Reborns, honestly. That's the card I really wish we had more of. Our shocks don't seem awesome, honestly. But I don't think I want more Planeswalkers either. Karn just go to 6. Karn's a big boy. We're just gonna. I mean, what do they have for creatures? They have Incubation Druid also. Alright, we'll just keep it. It's the old Growth Spiral, Explosive Vegetation, Fires if you have Maya deck. This is week 1 awesome. Ugh. Come on. We can't keep this in. If we could shock on turn 1 and then map on 2, but we can't keep this. Alright. I'm gonna bottom that. Obviously. Really boy. This is a lot of mana. Alright, I'm feeling better about this game. We're gonna hold this Lava Coil. I'm just gonna shock this little doofer here. I mean, 1 Chainwhirler coming up. Growth Spiral. Alright. Thankfully, we get to double Stone Rain them, so they have a Krasis. It's not gonna be that good. Ooh, that's a nice one too. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright. Don't even need status this time. Gruul Spellbreaker. Sure. I'd like to draw a land here so I can go map into Coil. I made a 4/4. Okay. Phoenix. I'm pretty happy just coiling. Playing map is nice, but what I really want to do is just draw lands so I can cast as Eldest Reborn. Sure. Sure. That plays. They have a Lava Coil, it's fine, because I really want to draw a land against Eldest Reborn. So I really want to do. Like, really bad. Good lord, that's a lot of mana. Well, we did it. But now they're going to sacrifice the Gruul Spellbreaker and cast the Krasis for like 100 next turn. I mean, if their last card is Krasis, we are probably going to lose. I can't cast non-creature, but they're playing like Growth Spiral, and they're playing all these spells. What a weird deck. What a weird deck. All right, I mean, let her rip, I guess. If they got Krasis as their last card, they got it. I can't really do much about it. God damn it. Let's draw Angrath, please. Angrath, we need you, bud. Call upon the power of Thor to draw Angrath and attack them for 10 and kill them. Just, come on, Angrath, 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 Angrath. Draw Angrath and I can go to bed. It'll be glorious. Siege Gang Commander. I don't think that does it. Yeah, that's probably not it. Maybe we just like play map and just try and scry into Angrath next turn. Or probably they're just gonna play haste cards and kill us next turn. I don't think it really matters. I guess we just play Siege Gang. And this doesn't have trample. I can't cast spells, so like. Problem is also when the Crisis usually draws them into another Crisis, so. Very Sphinx's Revelation-esque. Okay. Sure. I mean, Angrath or bust. We are drawing live despite our opponent having basically what they want. Alright. We are dead. Our opponent's deck is really weird. I don't know. I got nothing. I got no words. Deck just seems so weird. They're just playing a lot of spells with like this thing. And like, what if they draw this thing and draw spells and not Crisis? And then like, their Crasises are cool, but like, they're playing these fires. They have Maya, but they're also playing these Growth Spire. I don't know. It's just a really weird deck. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for us, but we were drawing live. I mean, we had multiple shots at Angrath for multiple turns, which is kind of the point of our deck. But so that was like the worst 2-3 I feel like ever. I feel like I still love the deck. I think the deck is great. We lost to a burn deck, or we mulliganed, or whatever, a red deck. We mulliganed to 4 and almost won. We lost to a mono blue deck because I maybe could have played better in game 2. And we just lost to a really, really weird deck that had their cards come together pretty well for them. And not really a deck I'm worried about seeing in a tournament. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that deck won the open. I look like a moron right now. But that deck, my instincts tell me that deck was not very good. So I'm not really upset at all. It was a good 2-3, if you will. Still very happy with the deck. I think that maybe we want an extra Eldest Reborn somewhere. We never drew Karn, unfortunately, which I really wanted to see how Karn played. But I don't think I would mind an extra Eldest Reborn. It's just a good, like, obviously that game would have been great if it didn't have 10-10 Crisis. And it's also an answer to Planeswalkers. We're pretty good at keeping the board clear. So I think I am maybe going to consider that. But overall, I'm still very happy with the deck. So not every league works out the way you want it to. Not every match works out the way you want it to. Not every tournament works the way you want it to. There's definitely been tournaments where felt like I had a great deck and I lost, or I played, me and my team played the same deck and, they all top 8'd and I went 0-3 drop. That happened to Pete Ingram. Of Team MTG, the open that I won with the band company. We unveiled band company in the world. I came in first, Dan came in 10th, Kevin came in 11th. We crushed the tournament and Pete just 0-4 dropped. So not everything's indicative of your sample sizes, results, whatever, blah blah. So I think the deck's great. I'm definitely playing it this weekend. or for you last weekend. Hopefully I did well. And you can look up the results on StarCityGames.com for the SCG Tour. And otherwise, I'll see you fine folks later. So thanks for watching, everyone. I think it's great. And we'll go from there. Thanks, everyone. CoolStuffInc.com. Check it out.